Greenbacks, blue paper, every day I get it like the newspaper. You know it's your boy Cohiba season, and we only listening to Wall Street Dame.
What's good, everybody? What's good? It's your boy Wall Street Dame. I'm here back with another one, Face the Music. Today, I'm going to switch it up. It's been a while. I know that I've done some reviews of some albums. I've done some classic battles. And generally, my style is to go revisit some music. Some of the music may be classic. Some of the music may be new. Who knows? It depends on my mood. But what I do is I like to go and check out some songs. Some of them you've heard before, some you've not heard. Do some albums, and I like to listen to them and give my honest opinion and my rating on them, right? So, add some commentary. Some of the feedback may be of popular opinion, some may not be. It may be a little bit, off compared to public opinion, but for the most part, it's my view on the music. It's I'm facing the facts of the music, right? So I usually deconstruct the songs as best as possible and share my thoughts on them. If you agree with some of the thoughts, great. If you don't, we can always agree to disagree. I try to share some facts on some of the songs based on the content, but sometimes I may get it wrong. So if I do, feel free to correct me. That's what we're here for. But we're here to face the music. So today I'm switching it up a little bit, man. Generally, I'll review some classic albums, and trust me, I've got a few lined up for you guys. I took some time off so I could do some quality work. But today I'm on the spot. I had an artist reach out to me. The artist name, not sure if it's formerly known as Tony Thyme. I know right now he's under Spotify as Tone Langu. But this is a friend of mine from Hartford, Connecticut, and he's been doing music for a while. So he reached out to me and said, "Dame, I want you to listen to this album." I took a quick listen, probably like one listen, and I asked him, "Hey, you mind if I do a review on it?" So I'm gonna switch it up, show some love to the independent artists out there, gives them an opportunity to shine. But I will be honest and constructive in terms of my rating and my review of this album. Now, he did pass me an album. The album title, and I'll share it with you right now, is called "The Langu of Tone." You can find this on Spotify, and once again, this is under Tone, Tone Langu, right? Langu. This is the album, The Langu of Tone. Now, me trying to interpret I'll say the title. I'm assuming it's the language of tone. I'm not too familiar with Langu, but could be a little slang. I know Tony's a pretty crafty guy, so I'm curious to hear what kind of music he had. I have heard his music in the past, and from my remembrance, which has been a while, he likes to mix a little bit of R&B with some Caribbean, dance hall type vibes. But today it's a new album. It's 3 years later. I'm not sure, what this album is. I've heard a little bit of it once again. Didn't hear the full project. I generally try to take a quick listen just to hear the acoustics and somewhat the vibe and know what I'm walking into. So I have a sense of what I'm going to walk into, but I probably heard up to track 4 on the album so far. So just get right to the point. I have a rating scale. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the album, I'm going to listen to the songs, and I'm going to rate them. The lowest score you could get is a 1. The highest score you could get is a 5. Each song will get a rating. So the ratings are going to be based on 5 sections. One is going to be beat selection. So I'm going to listen to the beat. If I like the beat, I'm gonna rate the beat. Content, what are you talking about, right? If you're spitting some lyrical content and it sounds good, it makes sense, I'm gonna rate it. Quality and production. So, essentially, is this song engineered? Was it something you made on your own? Sometimes you could tell people are trying to self-produce, and which is fine, but you can compromise with the quality. So I want to hear what the quality of that song particularly sounds like. Song structure. I like to listen to is there a hook? Is the song too long? Is it too short? Am I engaged? And then the last one is listener connection, which is essentially, can I resonate based on this listen, can I connect with the song right away? Some songs are hits and they're meant for the club and people gravitate and it's a connection right away. It's a hit. Sometimes it's a personal connection. So I like to rate it based on connection. If I have no connection to the song, it's going to get a lower rating. But what I essentially do is I rate these 1 to 5. I take the average, and that's the total for that one song. I essentially will add up all of the totals of each song. So if the album has 10 songs and it's rated 5 across the board, it'll have 50 a rating of a total score of 50 divided by the 10 songs, and that gives you a 5 out of 5, right? So simple math. I'm using a little Excel sheet to keep myself honest here, and that'll be the rating. I told Tony, I said, hey Tony, I'm gonna listen to the album, and as long as you're fine with complete, open, and honest, constructive criticism, I'm fine for that. I'm gonna give him the praises where it needs to be praises. If I feel like the songs are great, I'm gonna rate them high, and I'm gonna give great commentary. If I feel like I'm not feeling it, I'm just gonna say I'm not feeling it, and I'm gonna tell him why. And if it's in the middle, I'll tell him it's a middle. But it's my opinion. Your opinion is going to be different. I'm just doing this because this is what I do. I show love, and everything that I say is out of respect. It's out of love. It's out of me being a fan of music. So I always say, people, don't take it personal. It's just I'm a fan listening, giving you my opinion, right? So once again, Face the Music. This is once again of the album is called The Langu of Tone by Tone Langu himself. Check him out on Spotify, right? So I'm going to get right to it. As I already told you my rating scale, the first song on the album is called Put God First. This is track number 1 called Put God First, and we're going to take a listen. Let's go.
Okay, Tony. All right, I know Tony like, wait a minute, what happened to my word? I'm coming to you, brother. Tony. Yes. The Lord is ready to heal you. I see healing coming on you.
So this sounds like it's like a little intro.
But in the form of emotion and trauma. There are some things that have happened to you that have caused you to almost be shut up in your emotions, and the enemy has come against your ability to feel. And it's as if the enemy wanted you not to feel certain things in the past. And he has even sent, the Lord says that there are certain women that have come into your life, or certain people, I would say, that have come to diminish your value.
All right, this sounds like I don't know if he's taking this recording from a live. Sounds like he's in church. Like this is a prophet or something. He is speaking to him. So I'm not sure if he had this recorded in the studio or this is like something live. But let's continue. It's interesting so far. I'm not a big fan of intros and skits and everything, but so far I kind of like this one. Let's go.
But God says, I am coming to bring forth a strong spirit of might. The spirit of might is going to come on you in this next season, saith the Lord. And the Lord says you're also going to walk confidently in what he's called you to. For some reason, I see you on stages. What do you do? Are you a speaker?
I'm a artist, dance artist.
You are?
Yeah.
So what do you do? Are you a Christian artist? Are you R&B artist?
I'm reggae artist.
Reggae artist?
Mm-hmm.
I love reggae. I love reggae
Amen.
music. So you have to be some of your work. God is going to cause you to transcend every sphere of influence that people thought you would not transcend and go to.
Okay.
I hear the Spirit of the Lord saying you're going to carry the grace and the ability to be versatile. You're not just only going to do reggae. It's like you're going to mix reggae and I think they call it neo soul R&B. So I see that mixture. Do this make sense to you?
Wow. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that one is a quick little intro, right? As I said, I don't know if this is something that it was rehearsed or was like recorded. Definitely sounds like he's in church. There's some level of prophecy here, and the man giving him the vision of what's going on with him in terms of his ability. Which, to be correct, Tony, as I mentioned earlier, I've known him more to be like a dancehall type artist that infuses R&B into his songs, from what I've heard years ago. So this prophet seems to be onto it, but once then, only Tony will know whether this was recorded in a studio or this is something live. But I do like the vibe. I'm gonna say, I'm not a big fan of intros and stuff like that, but it's hard to judge this because it's not a song. But I'm gonna still give it a try, right? So beat selection, he did have a little background beat in the back. The beat was okay. I would have loved a little bit more cinematic approach to it based on the fact that it was a prophecy. I would have wanted something a little bit more dramatic. It doesn't have to overwhelm the tone of the actual volume that the person's speaking, but a little bit more dramatic than just the beats. Because right now I just heard like a lot of bass in the background, which is not bad, but I'm gonna give it a 3 in terms of the beat right in the background. Content, I like the content of the prophecy here. I just, I'm not the most religious person, but I like when, I used to go to church back in the day before I became a heathen, where the prophet would come in and, sometimes they'd be speaking some stuff. I'm like, damn, how he know all of that? But, as I said, I'm not the most religious person, but I do like that vibe to it. I think there's a lot to that. So, whether it was rehearsed or not, I'm gonna give him some credit, and I'm gonna give him a 5 on that, right? Because I like it. It wasn't silly, it was something real. I like it. Production wise, the quality was good. As I said, I don't really know if they recorded this in the studio or not. I'm gonna give the quality of it. It wasn't bad. It wasn't low pitched. It wasn't high. I'm gonna go with a 4 there. Song structure, there's no song, so I'm sorry. I'm just gonna have to give a 1. It's not a song, right? And everyone that knows me, if you watch my videos, I really just don't rate skits generally. But because I'm in the spirit of reviewing the full album in its entirety, Tony, I'm sorry, gets a 1. And the listener connection, I do connect with it. I think that I like, once again, this goes back to the content. It resonates with me. It just brings me back to a time and place where I used to be in church and everything. And it kind of gives a tone of inspiring him as an individual, as an artist, to continue. So I'm gonna go listener connectivity. I like it. I'm gonna give it a 5. I mean, it's high rating, but it's my rating scale. So for a total, for track number 1, when I add it up, he's got a 4 average. So he's starting off pretty fine right here, right? So next song is called "Make It Out." This is track number 2, once again, off the Langu of Tone. Track number 2 is called "Make It Out." Let's go. All right, a little bit of cinematic approach here.
Niggas in the trenches trying to make it out. I'm a nigga from the trenches trying to make it out. I'm chasing dreams, trying to take a different route. Praying to God, I'm trying to learn the ins and outs. Snakes in the grass, yeah, I see. Tell me what you want from me. Can you hear the ticking your clock? I said it's time out. Tomorrow now I promise to no man it's mine. I gotta give it all I got, cause I got mouths to feed. I gotta give my family hope and I be playing C's. I'm trying to...
Okay. So this is already different from what I expected. I was going into this thinking it was going to be dance hall Tony, with the dance hall vibes. This is definitely not dance hall vibes. Interesting so far. Let's go. Come on. I'm gonna continue.
They see, I be chasing these. Raised in the city of pain and I can hear the screams. First role model killed by his best friend. Stay away from mixy girls, they could be your weapon. Mama told me you gotta pray for your blessings. God told me watch life and pay attention. Always keep a Bible with me and that's on God. Treat you like I treat me, that's the golden rule. Somebody that my daughter can look up to. And I just wanna pick my son up from school. I'm the niggas in the trenches trying to make it out. I'm a nigga from the trenches trying to make it out. Chasing dreams, trying to take a different route. Praying to God, I'm trying to learn the ins and out. Snakes in the grass, yeah, I see. Tell me what you want from me. Can you hear the tick in your clock? I said it's time now. My road, I promise to no man is mine now. Niggas in the trenches trying to make it out. I'm a nigga from the trenches trying to make it out.
All right.
I'm chasing dreams, trying to take a different route. Praying to God, trying to learn the ins and outs. I never had no.
All right. I'm playing this through because as I said, I've heard this kind of briefly on the go. So this is my first time really sitting down and listening to this. This is an interesting one. So I'm not going to play the whole song, just in the spirit of time. I'm just going to play this certain songs if I really feel like I'm locked in with it, it's going to rock. But for now, so what I'm going to rate this? Do I like the beat? I like the beat. It's not overhyped. It definitely sets the tone of the album in terms of I'd imagine, I don't know what direction it's gonna go, but this coming off of the first intro, which was more, the prophet. This definitely, you can't come out the gate with some like "get at me, dog" type shit, right? So this definitely gives it more of a serious beat. I like it. I mean, I'm not crazy about the beat, but I also don't feel like it's whack, right? I'm gonna give the beat like 3. I'm gonna give it a 3. I'm in a middle grounds with it. I feel like it's dramatic enough, but nice little bass line to it. But still wasn't like the most over the top beat. Sometimes I don't know, man. I feel like even you could have like a dramatic or slower song, more resonates with you, but the beat is still a banger. This one's okay. It's alright. It's cool. I like it. It's not bad. Content. I like the content here. It's a personal story. He's talking about he's a nigga from the trenches trying to make it out. I resonate with that. Talking at one point he's just trying to pick up his daughter and his kids. So he's a family man. He's there. He's talking about his struggle. No Kendrick Lamar type lyrics, which I don't expect. I just expect lyrics to make sense sometimes, because everybody's got a different style, different flow. But as long as it makes sense and it doesn't have to be a storytelling type vibe. It could just be lyrical, spitting some shit, but it's dope. And I think he's saying something here. So I'm gonna give him a 4 for lyrical content. Production wise, I don't know if I'm hearing it through I know when I heard it on my phone, it was different, but now I'm hearing it through headphones, and it's a different sound. I do feel like the quality in terms of production could have been a little bit stronger. Uh, you know, Put it this way: it's like I could hear him, but sometimes his vocals are being drowned out by the beat at certain times. And I don't know if you're hearing it different on your end, but from my end, in the headphones, the vocals are being drowned out. And generally speaking, with headphones, the vocals are a little bit higher. I think from a production perspective, if I was the engineer, I'm no engineer, but I'm just saying, I would have probably toned it down a little bit because this is beat. This is a bass heavy beat. So you want to. I would probably turn his vocals up slightly, not to the point where it's just obvious, but I would like to hear his message a little bit more louder and clear on this one. So I'm gonna give the production 3 on this one. Song structure, I like the song structure. It looks like I'm as I said, I didn't complete the whole song, but I think he's got one more verse. I think it's not too overbearing. The song itself is like 4 minutes long, which for today's standard is a long song. So, but once again, this is probably his way of doing probably 2, 3 verses. Based on a listener these days, you probably want to do 2 verses and a couple choruses just to keep them entertained. Everyone likes a little shorter song, but I'm old school. I like a longer format. I'm not too, I would say strong structure. I like the way it's set up. I didn't feel like he lost me in the verses. So I'm going to give the song structure a 4. Listener connectivity, I connected to the song. I like it. I think once again he's speaking. The lyrical content and connectivity go hand in hand, but the beat does affect it as well. So because I wasn't crazy about the beat, but I did like the content, I'm still going to give this a 4 from a connectivity perspective, right? So track 2. Let's see what we added up here. Track 2, which is "Make It Out." He's got an average of 4. Tony ain't doing too bad so far, right? And keep in mind, once again, I'm not doing this out of favoritism. I'm putting on my listener hat saying this is an independent artist. I have no expectations of Tony whatsoever in terms of an artist. So I'm only judging him based on this project. I'm not comparing him to anyone else. I think it'll be different if he was a more of a major artist or I've heard albums from him in the past. Then I could sit here and say, I'm okay. I'm going to compare him against this. I have nothing to compare him against. I'm comparing him against the music. I'm facing the music right now. So this is just my reaction to what I'm hearing. All right. Track number 3. Track number 3 is called Penny Hardaway. All right. So Penny Hardaway, I know that a couple of artists already, before we get into the song, have used Hardaway. I forgot who the hell did that song. I mean, I should know this, but, I did the Hardaway. And there's been a couple other things. So I'm interested in hearing what direction he takes Penny Hardaway with, because I know that title has somewhat been used in the game, but we'll see. All right. So track number 3, Penny Hardaway. Let's go. Okay, a little salsa Latin type vibe to it.
Still saving pennies cause I came up the hard way. Searching for love cause they stole my heart away. Never opened up so every day I feel away. Weed and that liquor so I could take the feel away. No, I need to learn love. Everybody earn love. Lost it from my first love. Oh, okay. How do I show love? How do I feel love? Do I find love? In this case, still saving pennies cause I came up the hard way. Searching for love cause they stole my heart away. Never opened up so every day I feel away. Weed and that liquor so I could take the feel away. No, I need to learn love. Everybody earn love. Lost it from my first love. Okay. How do I show love? How do I feel love?
Wall Street Dame.
In this case, my brother see me every time like you getting skinny. He don't know I'm skipping meals, chasing dreams, cause he ain't with me. It get lonely on this road. Put me in that mold, got my back against the ropes. No, I can't lose hope. Family counting on me and I can never fold. They stole my love, made my heart turn cold. Ain't nobody care, I'm a man and all alone. I like to get fly, it's therapeutic. Langu shades, new jeans, new music. She a baddie, I can make her fluid. I gotta keep going, even though I know I'm wounded. But in God, I'm trying to stay rooted. I got some dreams and they turning kinda lucid.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna take a break here. So this is track 3, but really song number 2 in my head. And based on like the intro to now, it seems like it's gonna be a serious type of tone for this particular album so far. Now this beat already, I'll get to it, but the guitar, salsa kind of Latin guitar, Latin heat type joint, it's not too bad. But once again, the tone of it, and I know he drops the Langu. I'm still curious. I might have to interview him to find out what this Langu business is about, right? But he's talking about his Langu shades. It's so far not too bad. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm kind of rocking with it a little bit. I'm trying to build a little vibe on it. Let's continue. Let's go. Wall Street Dame is in the building.
Still saving pennies cause I came up the hard way. Searching for love cause they stole my heart away. Never opened up so every day I feel away. Weed and that liquor so I could take the feel away. No, I need to learn love. Everybody earn love. Lost it from my first love. Oh, okay. How do I show love? How do I feel love? Do I find love? In this case, getting too known to be out getting mixy. Cause even on the West End, I gotta keep it with me. My name is diamonds, my beamer think I made it. I don't know who happy, who envy, this shit is dangerous. Ain't working 2 years, just thanking God I made it. To another birthday, my daughter getting feisty. My BM left me and she said she wanna fight me.
Yeah, that sucks.
Still saving pennies cause I came up the hard way. Searching for love cause they stole my heart away. Never opened up so every day I feel away. Weed and that liquor so I could take the feel away. No, I need to learn love. Everybody earn love. Lost it from my first love. Oh, okay. How do I show love? How do I feel love? Do I find love? In this case, still saving pennies cause I came up the hard way.
Okay, I like this one. I like this.
They stole my heart away. Never opened up so every day I feel away. Weed and that liquor so I could take the feel away. No, I need to learn love. Everybody earn love. Lost it from my first love. Oh, okay. How do I show love? How do I feel love? Do I find love? In this case.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's get to business. beat selection. So the first time I heard this beat, I'm not gonna lie to you. As I said, I heard it on my phone, and I was kind of moving around and doing shit, and it really didn't gravitate to me. Now, in the headphones, I can hear the EQ, everything's balanced out a little bit more in the headphones. I can imagine if I had this on my big speakers, the same shit. Probably in my car, probably the same shit. I got a good system in the whip, right? So, um, the beat kicks a little bit more on a better system. I think if you're just moving around, listening to it on your phone, it's not gonna really do the beat justice. So I like the range in the beat. It kind of grew on me. First time I'd probably give it a 3 or 2. I'm gonna give the B. I'm leaning towards a 4. Believe it or not, leaning towards a 4. I'm gonna give it a 4. Um, Content. So content to me is the lyrical content, the originality. Does it make sense? Is he creative with it? That's what I'm looking at in terms of content. Um, So I'm gonna say this. Content wise, I thought he had really good content so far. He's been pretty vulnerable in the last 2 songs in terms of talking about himself, what he's going through, some of the struggles. Talk about his baby mama left him. Damn, as I said, it sucks, man. You know, it is what it is, man. We all go through the shit. I haven't, but Tone, we with you, my homie. We with you. We staying strong on this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? No, he's being honest on in terms of being open. I like the fact that he's being vulnerable. But I also got to deduct some points here because, like I said in the beginning of this, the Hardaway title, I've seen artists use that probably once or twice already, and I felt like he could have just went in a different direction. I like obviously his chorus, but I just felt like I've heard the Hardaway theme already, so I'm not really impressed by it. So I'm gonna deduct some points there from a content perspective because I really do like the personal side of this. Um, Damn, I was gonna give it a 4, but I gotta deduct some points from the originality piece, so I'm gonna give it a 3. Just saying. Production wise, I thought this one was a little bit better produced than the last one. I felt like there was a good balance between the beat and the actual vocals of it. Wasn't Nothing was overwhelming to me. It was really balanced. So I've got to give this one a 4 for production. Song structure, I like the song structure. I think I don't know if he spit 16s or whatever, but it felt like everything kind of evenly matched up. You know, he had lyrics, verse, traditional format, but it was nice and clean. The chorus wasn't too long, wasn't too overwhelming. I kind of like the song structure a little bit. I'm actually giving him a 5 on that one. That's a good effort. Listener connection, I connected to it. Once again, he's really getting personal here. So if you're someone that is going through some shit in terms of just frustration, wanted to talk about what you're going through, this is one of those songs that I feel like you resonate with you as a listener. And that's just from a male perspective. I don't know if a female listener, they may listen to this very differently because he's speaking from his point of view. But I do like the connectivity piece to it. I'm gonna give him a 4 for the connectivity on that one. Let's see what we have total here for track number 3. So he's averaging a 4 for track number 3. I mean, he's got 3 4s right now. So not too bad, Tony. Not too bad so far. Next song we have is called Dreams and Sacrifices. This would be track number 4 off of the the Langu of Tone. Track number 4. Once again, first and foremost, if you're watching the video, make sure you like and subscribe. This is the Face of Music with your boy Wall Street Dame. I'm switching it up a little bit today. Once again, normally I will review an artist that most people have heard, album we've heard and lived with for a while. But this time I am doing something different. I'll do this once in a while where I will review an indie artist, an emerging artist, and they send me the record. If I fuck with them, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? Even if I don't even know you, I'll probably do it just for the hell of it because I just like music that much. So right now we're reviewing an artist by the name of Tone Langu. That's what he's on Spotify as. I know him as Tony Thyme. And the album that he sent me was the Langu of Tone. He did tell me this was a personal one for him, so told him I'll give it a listen and give it a rating. So far, we're moving on to track number 4. This track is called Dreams and Sacrifices. Let's go.
Small city, big dream. Shorty text my phone, green bubble, red flags. I just landed, said he tired. Jet lag, we been chasing dreams, sacrifices. We ain't stressing on no setback. Shorty text my phone, green bubble, red flag. I just landed, said he tired. Jet lag, we been chasing dreams, sacrifices. We ain't stressing on no setback. We ain't seen eye to eye. I just give them distance. I'm about my money. I'm just on a mission. Baby mama up on my phone, says she need my time.
I like this one. I like this one so far. Let's go. Come
on. Right now I'm all in. My dreams be calling. City where I'm from, it ain't safe.
I have to drop a bomb on this motherfucker. Let's go.
City where I'm from, it ain't safe. Chasing dreams like Chase. Amazing grace. I'm on this race. On disarray. We wanna see stars in the rain. Right now we ain't checking on no losses. I just be chilling with some bosses. 30 in the car, some gelato. 30 in the car, some gelato.
Let's go.
Shorty text my phone, green bubble, red flags. I just landed, said he tired. Jet lag, we been chasing dreams, sacrifices. We ain't stressing on no setback. Shorty text my phone, green bubble, red flag. I just landed, said he tired. Jet lag, we been chasing dreams, sacrifices. We ain't stressing on no setback. It's our time, we gon' run it up. Been running for us, ain't running off. On my mind, got a lot of shit, can't talk about it, got a politic. Pray to God, still rolling one, Lord, hear me when I'm calling. Lord, hear me when I'm calling. Had to put some
I'm gonna let this one rock a little bit. I'm gonna let it rock.
I can see it now, I got a clear view. It ain't but the family that you born in. It's the one that you made. Yeah, I can see the love. I can see the nigga face. I can feel the hate. Oh, I can see the love. I can see the nigga face. I can feel the hate. Oh, shorty text my phone, green bubble, red flags. I just landed, said he tired. Jet lag, we been chasing dreams.
Nah, y'all
we ain't stressing on no set.
Y'all know I'm thinking right now. I'm thinking right now. Come on.
Shorty text my phone, green bubble, red flags. I just landed, said he tired. Jet lag, we been chasing dreams, sacrifices. We ain't stressing on no setback. Oh,
Okay. 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 All right. All right. That one's tricky. Beat selection. I like that beat a lot. Actually, I do like this beat a lot. That beat is my kind of beat when I'm talking about energy and flow. He does pick up the pace. You know, the first 2 songs are really, don't get me wrong, the guitar one was kind of like in the middle, but this one kind of drives it up a little notch. It's not a high club banger. It's not that type of vibe, but it's a little faster. It's a little bit more intense for me. My type of style. I like the beat, man. I'm giving the beat a 5, man. I don't know who the producer is on that one. Let me see if Tone listed the producer on this one. I don't know how. Give me a second. Show song credits. All right, doesn't tell me who the producer is. I don't know. He may be the producer. I know sometimes Tone is creative like that. But in terms of content, I like the content creativity. I like it a lot. You know, he wasn't saying too much. He wasn't saying too little. I felt like for the tone of the song, it was right. Chorus was dope. You know, he just hit his man Ty, touchdown. I like the fact that he mentioned the dreams and the sacrifices. So the chorus goes with the content. Talking about the shorty. I know sometimes, you know, you text shorty, she don't text back. Sometimes that shit happens, dog. You know what I'm saying? Real plays like me, they text back, though. You heard? I'm just fucking with you. Nah. But what I would say this, from a creativity perspective, it was cool. What I didn't like, though, is I would I mean, the song's out now, so it is what it is. I would repackage this song. Right? I think it could work. Is it gonna be a radio hit? Probably. I don't know. It's a good album cut, but I would the how would you put it? What the fuck they call this shit? The T Pain shit, the auto tune. That's what it is, right? I feel like whoever the auto tune wasn't working for you on this particular one. It was at times, and then but like when you got to the point where you're doing like the ad libs, the ooh, I feel like I know where you're going with it, where you're trying to change the pitch of the auto tune and make it a little bit off key. I know sometimes that's what's happening right now from a musical perspective. I just wasn't feeling it in this case. I felt like if you had kept the auto tune regular without switching it off key, it would have actually worked better with the song. Versus when you went off key, it kind of threw me off at times. Especially like when I listened to it on the phone. In the earphones, it sounds a little different, but on the phone, definitely you could hear the off key thing and kind of like, okay, yeah, that it was the song's dope, but I'm not sure how I feel about that part. Um, so I would say if you could redo the song over, if I had the opportunity to do it, I would probably just keep the auto tune regular, and probably wouldn't do too much ad libbing off the key of the chorus because the song itself is strong enough for you not to do all of that. The song is dope. So because of that, from a content perspective, I got to give it a three. I mean, I felt like that the ad libs with the tone switch kind of fucked me up a little bit. Production quality was good production. I'm gonna give it a solid four for the production. I'm not a big fan of giving five for productions unless you're like getting this professionally engineered, and sometimes everything's perfect when it's professionally engineered. In this case, I feel like it is professionally engineered, but I can still hear some holes in the pocket, right? Um, Song structure wise, Tone Tony has like a solid, strong structure. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's got a good pattern. He's traditionalist in terms of how he puts together. He doesn't give you like 1,800 bars and no chorus. So far, I'm hearing chorus, verse. As I said, I'm a '90s 2000s type of artist in terms of the artists that I listen to personally, and that's your traditional format. He gives me that, so it's hard for me to give him anything less than a four based on this particular format. It works. The song is not even too long, so I'm gonna give him probably a four for song structure. So he has a good structure in terms of songs so far. Listener connectivity, I like the song. It connected with me in terms of vibe, energy, but once again, I think this goes back to the content piece where sometimes you got to make these creative decisions in terms of content that is going to affect the connectivity part, right? And in this case, you made a decision to do an extra ad lib and play around with the auto tune, which kind of fucked up my connectivity piece, right? So while I was rocking with it, then I would hear the and it would just switch up like the tone. I was like, all right, it kind of threw me off a little bit, right? So because of that, I have to give that a three, right? I have to, right? So with that being said, let's see where he averages out at. I mean, Tony, and once again, this is funny. He's averaging a four across the board. Um, and trust me, this is the math. This is the equation. I wish it was different, but it is what it is, right? His numbers are his numbers, so he's kind of across the board averaging a four. And I'm just trying to do a little quality check here just to make sure it is what it is. But surprisingly, all his numbers are just coming to fours. Um, but I'm gonna still do another. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna take my calculator, Tony, because this is an Excel spreadsheet, so I don't know if it's rounding up or not. But I'm gonna add these motherfucking numbers up myself on my calculator, and I'm gonna give the final score right when it's all said and done. But right now, from a numbers perspective, he's averaging around a four. Once again, that number could change once I do the total amount divided by the amount of tracks. It'll give us a true number, right? But track number five, let's see what track number five leads us with. This is Melanin Jackpot Radio. Melanin Jackpot Radio. So that's an interesting title. Kind of curious to hear what it's all about. Let's go, people. Once again, this is my man Tone Langu. Let's go. This is the Langu of Tone, track number five.
vibe. I'm from the city, I'm feeling alive. I'm in the goo when she loving my style. Big energy gets in my smile. BBS is for the bad. Smelling like Valentino. Melanin, I hit the jackpot. Bad casino. Walk in the room and I'm saying the vibe. I'm from the city, I'm feeling alive. I'm in the goo when she loving my style. Big energy gets in my smile. BBS is for the bad. Smelling like Valentino. Melanin, I hit
All right, so far I like the beat. Let's go. Come on.
like bad, on their birthday, bad. Take mad pictures and act up for the whole day. She said she poppin' champagne, she said she wants some Belay. Her friends are twerking on me, they got their legs in the air. All this money keep on falling, bet on black, that money calling. Melanin, I hit the jackpot. Walk in the room and I'm saying the vibe. I'm from the city, I'm feeling alive.
Okay, I could get why this is called Melanin Jackpot. Melanin, he hit the jackpot. Tone seems to like him a little melanin. Me too, my homie. Me too. But one thing I do notice is that he switches course here, right? So, first two songs, serious. Third song, a little less serious. This song, definitely not serious, but he's talking about a shorty, the Melanin Jackpot. So far, I like the beat though. The horns, I kind of fuck with it. Let's go. Shorty smell like Valentino. Damn, she smell good. Come on now, let's go.
I should just stick to one style. I had to cut them for me, can't keep them around. Self-love, I do it with smiles. Nah, I ain't to get the melanin. Rookie, not a veteran. Pretty women love my genuine. I just keep it silky like a gentleman. Never play no middleman. I'm the top boy in the heartbeat. Walking with dogs on no. I got these Glock and these 30s on me. Walking by faith in my Christian Dior. When I never had nothing, grinding through the winter all summer. Now I'm ballin', living in all summers. I like black girls, all race, all colors. This the song that's gonna play all summer.
I agree with him. I like black women first, but all races, all colors. I mean, he doesn't discriminate. Let's go, some player shit. Come on, let's go, Tone.
From the city, I'm feeling alive. I'm in the goo when she loving my style. Big energy gets in my smile. BCS is for the bad. Smelling like Valentino. Smelling like a giant. Casino. I'm from the city, I'm feeling alive. I'm in the goo when she loving my style. Big energy gets in my smile. BCS is for the bad. Smelling like Valentino.
I think I got the edited version. I want to hit a cursing on this. Bad bitch casino. I'm hearing a bad bleep. I must have got the edited version. See, unlike track number one, I told you I'm a heathen. I like the fucking niggerish version. I want to hear the cursing, okay? But I digress. Track number 5. Melanin Jackpot Radio. Makes sense to me now. I didn't catch the title at first. Now I hear the song. Makes sense. Beat selection, I like the beat, man. I like the horns. It's a bop. I'm going to give it a 4. All right? We'll get right to it. Lyrical content, creativity, substance. Don't think it was the most lyrical song, but Tone doing what Tone does finds a way for it to work, right? He does throw in some creative player talk in there, right? Melanin, Bad Bitch Casino, smelling like Valentino. He's talking fashion, he's talking suave shit, he's talking flyness, he's talking some player shit. Kind of like it. That's just my vibe in general, right? For me personally, I could rock with that. I know Tone is a fly dude. He's on his own level in terms of just doing his own style. He's very unique in terms of his flavor. So this song, me knowing him, and if you were a follower of him, a fan of him, you would kind of understand it. You would get it. I do like that. I like the way he switched up his flow too. So these flows are different. Like, every flow he's given me so far, he's showing me that he has range. So I'm gonna give him some credit there. It was an original song. I haven't really heard too many songs like this. And it complemented the beat. I'm gonna give it a 4. Um, Quality production, it was standard. I feel like it wasn't too far off. There were pockets where I felt like there could have been, like towards the end, the beat once again drowned out his vocals, um, and it's a tricky balance because you don't want to up the vocals too much where it's just overpowering the beat, and then it sounds just like, all right, this shit sounds like you recorded it on your iPhone or something. But on the flip side of it, because his songs are bass heavy, right? And that could sometimes drown out the vocals too much. Especially he likes to ad lib and he likes to do a lot of fade outs, with his singing and his melody. And I sometimes like that song. I kind of want to hear a little bit more louder vocals, slightly louder, to just conquer the beat a little bit more. So I'm gonna give him a 4 for production. Eh, I'm on the line. It's like a 3.5 because I felt like towards the end the beat overtook him. Damn. I'm gonna give him a 3. Tone, I'll give you a 3. Um, Song structure, he's a 4 all the way so far, man. He does a really good. I gotta give it to him. He's not a 5. I think he could still master song structure a little bit more. Like me personally, um, what always works is a 16 in a verse at the end of the day, right? Or if you're not gonna go to 16 in a verse, go give me 32, one chorus, and we're out of here, right? So I think like the 4 is a 4. Song like this, I think I would have preferred like the longer verse. He should have just went. The beat was dope, so the beat would have just kept me engaged. He's talking this shit. He was talking that player shit. You could probably gave me a good 34, 32 to 64 for I give a shit. And then drop like that little chorus, and then we out of here. The song is 2 minutes, and I would have been happy, right? So I think, let me see how long the song was. So the song was 3 minutes and 20 seconds. As I said, it wasn't long enough for me to get bored and tired of it. I do think he could have got away with this song for like 2 minutes and 30 seconds, to be honest with you, or less. So with that being said, listener connection, right? Listener connection. Did like the song. I mean, I like the beat off the rip. It caught me. I like the flavor. It's a song that I would definitely play again. Um, and I'm gonna give him some credit here. I mean, I don't give out fives, so I won't do fives, but I'm gonna do a 4. This is definitely a good song altogether. And once again, I'm giving averages here, so the Excel I'm working on, it rounds up. When I do the math on my phone, it's gonna give me a true number. But right now, he's averaging around a 4, right? So give and take, this number may be like a 3.5, 3.6, something like that, and just rounding up. But once again, when I break down the averages, it'll give you a true number. It may be like 3.6 out of 5. Who knows? It could be a 4 out of 4. We don't know, Tone. But this is averaging a 4 so far. I mean, I think this is a really good effort for someone that is an independent so far, right? And I'm not gonna lie, while I go into judging independence with an independent frame of mind on, I also kind of got to hold them to a certain standard of if I heard, if I'm sitting here comparing you to Kendrick, what does it sound like, right? So, and I'm not, just because Kendrick is Kendrick, don't mean that Kendrick is gonna be a 5. Because there's some songs I don't like from Kendrick, right? The production, the beat may suck to me, or I don't like where he's going direction wise in terms of the song. But these major artists have really good quality. They're very I was grounded in terms of structure and creativity, so they tend to do well. But in terms of an indie artist like himself, I'll always put it with a listener hat. Like I haven't heard this song before, I haven't heard his album. It's a real first time listening to me. Like I didn't even make it to track number 5, so this is definitely my first time hearing this beat. I fuck with it. So in terms of track number 6, we move on. This one is called Greater Later. Now, if you're just tuning in, you're now locked in with Face the Music with Wall Street Dame.
Wall Street Dame.
Make sure that you like and subscribe. As mentioned, if you follow my series, I do more album revisits where I generally review older artists or, albums that's been out before. But this time I'm just doing something a little different. I may do it once in a while where I'm interviewing some, up and coming people, right? So this one right here is from Tony Thyme. or once again, Tone Langu. It's called, this record is called, my bad, Greater Later. So let me get to it. Track number 6. Let's go.
Langu, Apollo.
Let's go.
I used to call you my dog, I heard you pillow talk. I gotta keep you far, cause you ain't real enough. I'm raising little stars, and I be praying for mine. And they get greater later, baby, I get better with time. Like the blood in my veins, it's connected to vines. Like the ink from this pen, it was made with wine. I got greater later, baby, I got better with time. And they get greater later, baby, it get better with time. Used to call you my dog, I heard you pillow talk. I gotta keep you far, cause you ain't real enough. I'm raising little stars, and I be praying for mine. And they get greater later, baby, I get better with time. Thought you was gonna find me where you left me. Had to take a detour, I dumped you like a hefty. Gotta find peace in my mind to be healthy. Press pause on my dreams, even though I wasn't ready.
Let's go.
Just to love a baby, I didn't even know was mine. Loving my BM turned out to stress me. Push me back to music the day that you left me. Bitter baby mom, mentally she wanna bless me. Gotta pay attention to the hate that be in jokes. Gotta keep my intentions pure like the coke. They used to cut the tree.
Wall Street, come on.
Life is a cycle.
Let's go. Come on.
And it costs to be a boss, see your name in cursive. Not a tree break down on the back of an apple. Keep the armor of God, gotta be ready for battle. Gotta keep your friends close, gotta listen for rattles.
Come on.
Call you my dog, I heard you pillow talk. I gotta keep you far, cause you ain't real enough. I'm raising little stars, and I be praying for mine. And they get greater later, baby, I get better with time. Like the blood in my veins, it's connected to vines. Like the ink from this pen, it was made with wine. I got greater later, baby, I got better with time.
Once again, this one is called Greater Later. Come on.
Used to call you my dog, I heard you pillow talk. I gotta keep you far, cause you ain't real enough. I'm raising little stars, and I be praying for mine. And they get greater later, baby, I get better with time. Slow motion, better than no motion. My kid needs food, I got no emotions. I put it on and it's trying to change generations. Stay on my name, trying to claim what I've been slave on. Using my essence and God show me they true intentions. I put my trust in some flaw ones.
Let's go.
I just let bygones be bygones. Distance from my brothers, it's been building up. They ain't into what I'm into. I've been sacrificing everything. Chasing my dreams, it ain't all what it seems. Quiet storms I've been going through it lonely. I used to call you my dog, I heard you pillow talk. I gotta keep you far, cause you ain't real enough. I'm
Yeah.
a little stars, and I be praying for mine. And they get greater later, baby, I get better with time. Like the blood in my veins, it's connected to vines. Like the ink from this pen, it was made with wine.
Let's go.
I got greater later, baby, I got better with time. And they get greater later, baby, it get better with time.
All right, so far, I do like that one. He's going back to a little bit more of the guitar, not quite the full blown salsa Latin type vibe, but you know, definitely back on some guitar stuff. Good little bop. From a beat perspective, that's right down the middle. That's like a 3 to me. Right down the middle. Content wise, he didn't get too deep with it. I felt like he started off real deep in terms of the first 2 songs, but you know, in this one I'm gonna give it a 3 as well, right? I feel like this one's a 3. Production on this one's actually not bad, so you know, I felt like the beat and the vocals did match with each other, so I'm gonna give this one a 4 from a production perspective, quality wise. Song structure, once again, Tony, you got a 4 for a song structure. Listener connection. I like the song. I wasn't really overly connected with it, but I did rock with it. I'm going to give it like right down the middle, more like a 3 for me in terms of song connection. Let's see what this one averages. This one's a 3. So now you're down to a 3, Tony, right? So hopefully we pick up the pace here because you started at 4s. Now we're getting to a 3. But this is facing music. I'm just facing the facts. In terms of the next song, we've got a song called Seek Therapy. This one sounds like it may be a little bit more deeper, but we're going to find out. Seek Therapy. This is track, once again, number 7. Actually, we made it track number 7. Let's go. Let's hear what this is all about. Let's go. This is off the Langu of Tone. Let's go.
Tony, seek therapy, not pussy. Every time I tell her my blame, she cries for me. I don't wanna deal emotions. I wanna dive into your oceans. I wanna put it all in motion. Frustration cause explosions. Seek therapy, not pussy. Every time I tell her my blame, she cries for me. I don't wanna deal emotions. I wanna dive into your oceans. I wanna put it all in motion.
Come on.
Frustration cause explosions. I want some pussy, but I really need therapy. I like getting fly, retail therapy. I listen to Lee, I listen to McQueen, Langu of Mary Jean. She said she know my vibe, she said she know my type. Said she see the pain and it's all up in her eyes. She said the dream, just a disguise. She said to
Tone getting on his love shit. Come on, let's go.
I wanna give you all that you need. I got issues I don't talk about. You could be my therapist so we could work it out. Am I chasing pussy for the thrill? She says that she loves me, and I wonder if it's real. Or is she for the reals? Cause I met her on IG, like is she even real? Sliding on home base, and that's it still. I can take her to wild.
Let's go.
Seek therapy and not pussy. Every time I tell her my blame, she cries for me. I don't wanna deal emotions. I wanna dive into her oceans. I wanna put it all in motion. Frustration cause explosions. Seek therapy and not pussy. Every time I tell her my blame, she cries for me. I don't wanna deal emotions. I wanna
Let's go.
dive into your oceans. I wanna put it all in motion. Frustration cause explosions. Go to Delaware State, she wanna be a nurse. How you wanna be with me? But girl, you a flirt. She fucking letting off a player. Girl, you a curse. Keep me that bad ass, that's how it works. Using me, I'm using her. She's abusing me, I'm using her. Oh, oh, oh. Right now I'm stressed out. I don't wanna talk. I wanna fuck, I wanna smoke. Until we start in positions where I'm feeling. I don't wanna deal emotions. I wanna dive into your oceans. I wanna put it all in motions. Frustration caused explosions. Seek therapy and not pussy. But every time I tell her my plans, she cries for me. I don't wanna deal emotions. I wanna dive into your oceans. I wanna put it all in motion. Frustration causes explosions.
Okay. All right, let me get my rating scale up here. Seek therapy, not pussy. I mean, he's got a point there, right? I can't even like knock him on that one. He's got a point. You gotta seek therapy. Can't be out there seeking pussy. But as men, kind of want to seek some pussy. I mean, but he's right. Beat selection, beat. I wasn't crazy about the beat. I mean, the beat was cool, different, makes sense for the song, but it wasn't like something I would probably go to back and forth with in terms of the beat. So I'm gonna give the beat a 3. Lyrical content, creativity. I do like the creativity on this one. It's not quite serious in terms of like him talking personal, but it's not like track number 3 and 4. This one he's mainly talking about, just some game shit. Like, look, he's trying to holler at a shorty. He's spitting game, but trying to let people know seek therapy, not pussy. But he's still talking to some pussy though. Let's just keep it a buck. But I like the originality here. I got to give him some credit there. I see where he was going, but kind of like the track, I think it was track 4, where I felt like the ad lib was sometimes too much. I know what Tony's trying to get done here, but I'm not really feeling. I just feel like whoever's doing the auto tune needs to just tune it up a little bit more. So I gotta deduct a point there, right? I was going to give this a 4 in terms of creative content, but I felt like sometimes you could get a little overboard with things, and I feel like the auto tune on this one should have kind of kept it right there, not go here with it. right there. Not here. Actually, let me see. Right here. Yeah, up there, down here. I'm going to give it a 3. Quality wasn't that bad on this one. I'm gonna give it good sound quality. I felt like it was mixed down right properly. I didn't feel like nothing was overpowering each other, so I think it was properly done here. Song structure, he's number 4. There's another one. He does good job with keeping a solid, strong structure. I still want to hear him kind of change up his pattern a little bit more. I feel like I'm starting to feel like he's definitely like a 3 verse or 2 verse and out guy. I'm waiting for him to do that long-winded, just going for a stretch. Give me 64 bars. Give me 32. Give me something for, I don't care what it is, but switch up the pattern a little bit more. I'm starting to see that that's his comfort, his pocket, which is cool. It works once again, but sometimes you got to switch it up and give it something a little different. So if I feel like the next 3 songs are kind of like the same pattern, I may start going down with the scoring on this area, but we're gonna go with a 4 there. Listen to connection. I mean, I'm connected to the song, but not really. I'm gonna give it like a 3. I can't say I'm like I fuck with it, but I could do without it. I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna give it a 2. I feel like it's a good song, but it is what it is, right? It's not like the last song where I feel like he's spitting some more game in terms of. No, my bad. When he's doing Melanin Jackpot Radio, that was more like some player shit. This one, he's talking some player shit, but it's not as good as the Melanin Jackpot Radio one. So, with that being said, he's averaging a 3 on this one. So, Tony, you're going from 4s to 3s. Let's see if you can pick it up. I mean, you got let me see how many songs left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got about 4 songs, right? So let's go. The next song we got is Love Langu, the clean version. So I think I might have the clean fucking album. Like, is there a dirty album to this one? I like dirty albums in terms of unedited. I probably picked the wrong, but either way, we in the pocket. We gonna go with it. This one is Love Langu. Let's go. And this, by the way, is track number 8.
Pull up in Atlanta, cruising on the east side. Pull up on the west side, shawty on the south side. Do you know my love language? I need some sexual healing out there.
Once again, this is the Love Langu. My bad. Yeah, Love Langu. Let's go. Yo, first of all, Tony, who the fuck inspired you to start the song off with this type of energy, my man? You need that body right now. Listen, we're all from Hartford. Just let me know on the slide. You could DM me who name it is, because I need to know who inspired you to write this joint. Let's continue. The Love Langu. Let's go.
85 down 85, just keep it warm. You know I'm a slide on you. I'm not gonna crash, I'm going fast. I'm doing the dash, I'm pulling up on you. I don't wanna stress you, I wanna stress you when I slide inside. You are that special, that thing that keeps me coming back. Man, shorty on the south side, she fire like souffle. Ballin' out in Magic City, yeah. Ballin' like 2K. Whoa. I need it right now. I like your body, I'm touching you, teasing you, dripping, you sticking like you. Put in my face, you know I like the taste, and you know when I'm feeling the do. Casamigos gotta act different. In my casa and she out her pennies. She like the she off the zennies. She said the drugs make her different. Whoa. I'm on a 85 coming to you. I need it right need some sexual healing now, baby. I need it right now.
Okay. All right. This one is it's an interesting one. Love Langu clean. Okay. He's in Atlanta. He wrote this in Atlanta. I know because I be in Atlanta. You see my cup, man, right here. Atlanta. All right. I be out there. It's my city. I understand the energies. I understand the vibe. I understand the type of shit you be on. You see the ladies, they're beautiful out there. The energy's crazy out there. It'll force you to write some love langu. He's frustrated. He went to Magic City. He probably wrote this at 5 in the fucking morning. Left the strip club, said, fuck it. She got my pent up aggression. She from the south side. So you know she bad. All right, let me get to the rating of this. He got me in my love language. He got me in my love language. So I started speaking my shit. Tone. From a beat selection, the beat grew on me. At first, I was like, all right, it's kind of slow, but I do like what was happening there. I started rocking with it a little deeper toward the end. The beat started picking up more like momentum with me. I like this beat a lot. I don't know who produced it, but I'm fucking with it. It's a 4. All right. Content, original content. I do like what you're going here. It kind of reminds me of um, like 24 hours type of vibe. I don't know if you know that artist, but not quite. So I got to give you a little bit of originality here. The content wasn't too bad. I know where you were going with this. You kind of stayed on course. You started out straight off the rip saying you want some horny shit. And you kept it there, ended that way. I hope you bagged whoever you wrote the song for because you started off strong for her. She hopefully she gave up. I thought it was a shorty from Hartford, but it sounds like this more be some Atlanta shit. It says it's more some ATL type shit, right? I like the content. What I don't like about it though is this goes back to your whoever is controlling your auto tune. They need to get it right. I feel like you have the voice for auto tune to work, but I don't know if they're playing around with the pitches or you are playing with other pitches. But the pitches are not necessarily. Sometimes it leaves me in a weird space where I'm like fucking with a song, and then you may have like one tone that may be a little off, and it kind of throws me off a little bit. And then when it goes away, it's like I'm back in, right? So you got to get that part right. I like this song a lot, actually. But those like riffs where you go off with the auto tune and start going off key a little bit throws me off a little bit. Um, and because I like the song a lot, I'm gonna still give it a 4. I don't think it was that distracting. I know one of the songs before I felt like it was just a little bit more distracting than it is now. But I would say if either don't do it at all, or if you're gonna do it, make sure you know somebody that knows how to fucking tune auto tune. But you can't be in the middle. Auto tune's a funny thing where if you're in the middle with it, it's not going to fucking work for you. But if you could perfect it, it is a great tool. It can make anybody sound beautiful. Right now, that middle is not working. But the song was so strong and the creativity for it was so good, it gets a 4. Quality, I like the quality on this one actually. I thought it was produced pretty well. Probably one of the better produced songs on the album. I'm gonna actually give this one a 5. So I don't know who mastered this one, but I do like the quality on it. It was crisp as clear. Felt like the beat and the vocals matched. The acoustics were great. It's a 5 for me. Song structure. I mean, he went a different course here. He still did the love language thing. I think he gave me a little longer verses. So I hate to say this, man. He's like, you're like averaging a 4 hard body on the fucking song structure level. Like, I was hoping that you would just fuck up and give me some 2 or really go above and beyond, but you're really like a right down the middle traditionalist when it comes to making songs. Listener connection, it did connect with me though. At first, I was like, I don't know what if I fuck with this or not. It was kind of too lovey dovey and your feeling shit. And then I got in my feelings. Then I started reminiscing about ATL nights. Then I started talking my love Langu. Like I want to holler at yo, shorty, you don't know my Langu, shorty. You don't know my fucking Langu. It's facts. So I like the connectivity. I ain't gonna lie. This song is probably one of the ones I did connect with the most. It's had good replay value to me. You could fix if you could repackage this, um, fix the auto tune piece. This is one of my favorite joints on the album. Actually, love Langu. Give me the dirty version because if this is clean and it's this graphic, then the dirty version gotta be fucking nasty. It's heathenous. It's heathenous. All right. Listen to connection to me. I like this. I'm gonna actually go and give it a 5. I fuck with it. Right. I do fuck with this one a lot. Let's see. We are at a this is like a 4. All right. And so we're back on track. I'm pretty sure if I average it out, it's gonna be a higher 4. But once again, we'll get right to that. Track number 9. We got 3 more tracks left on this album. The next track is called I Don't Know. Now, if you're tuning in once again, you're now locked in with your boy Wall Street Dave.
Wall Street Dame.
This is a album review of an album by an artist by the name of Tone Langu, formerly known as Tony Thyme, or still maybe Tony Thyme, depending on he may have like different personas. You know what I'm saying? Like when he's on his love bag, he's Tone Langu. When he's on his dance hall shit, he may be Tony Thyme. Only Tone can explain. I may have to get him on the line one day. Make sure you lock into the Tapping, which is my podcast. Shouts out to Polo Square. We're going to start interviewing artists. Tone is going to be one. But once again, this is off of his album. It's called The Langu of Tone. So make sure you go check it on Spotify and fuck with it. But right now, we're going to tune into track number 9. And the track is I Know, Mantra. Let's hear what it's all about. Let's go. Let's go. Let me finish this. I want to say something, but I'm gonna finish it. It doesn't have too much long. We're gonna continue. Once again, I know mantra. All right. Okay. Beat selection. The beat was cool. I mean, it wasn't crazy. I'm gonna give it a 3. Content. This is my beef with Tony on this particular album. It's starting to be a trend. Is the auto tune piece is throwing me off. Like I felt like this song could have went somewhere. I know I'm blessed. I know I'm chosen. I like that. I feel like I'm blessed. I feel like I'm chosen. But when I started hearing the riffs with the auto tune, whoever is doing your auto tune, whether it's you or it's someone else, it's not it's not like connecting with me, and it's fucking up my listener connectivity, which is another score that I have, right? So it's like hurting you on two scores. This time I have to really ding you on it because this one it was the most pronounced out of all of them. Like I felt like I heard the theme of the unbalanced auto tune more through this song than the other ones. The other ones you were more on ad libs. This one was like through the whole fucking song. And I really liked the song, but it just kept throwing me off. And because of that, from a creativity perspective, you got points. It is a creative song. I do like what you're talking about in terms of lyrical, but I don't like the choice of the auto tune here. I may even put the auto tune in the production quality section because I don't want to hurt your content. I think you were on something right here with the content. I'm gonna give you a 3. I'm gonna give you a 3 right here. Production wise, it was not the best produced sound that you had on this album. I do feel like a song like this, which is a very personal song, this kind of puts me back into track number 1, number 2, number 3. So you kind of reset the vibe here. I would have wanted a more cleaner sound. It's more, as I said, I felt like it was a little muddy, right? You know, I could hear everything, but I'm in some high end earphones right now, and I felt like the sound was still a little bit muddy, right? So imagine this on my car stereo, it wouldn't bang the way it should bang. This song could really bang. It's got potential to it, but the sound got to be cleaner. So I'm going to give this one a 3. This is probably the most underproduced record on the album besides probably track number 2, and I think I gave 5 or 3 too, but this one was probably the most flattest in terms of sound. Song structure, I do like the fact you switched this one up. This one was like literally like one long ass verse, which is what I've been wanting, especially for a change of pace. So I'm going to give you some credit there. I'm going to give you song structure. Actually, I'll just throw in a 5 there for you because I do like the fact that you went against everything you've done and tried something new, and it worked in this case in terms of the song structure. The song itself was like, what, a minute and 42 seconds. So you definitely did something new here on that one. I do like that. It shows that you, once again, have range and creativity. You're onto something here. But listener connectivity, I could have connected to this song, my man. Like, I really like the song in terms of the messaging. I know I'm blessed. I felt like that was my anthem. I'm a blessed motherfucker. Life for me is great. Even at my worst. What do I got to be complaining about, right? I feel good. I look good. It's what it is. I'm living my life the best way I can live it. It's Wall Street motherfucking
Wall
day,
Street
right?
Day.
But with that being said, the auto-tune fucked up my vibe, fam. God damn it. It killed it. All right? So with that being said, let me go put my headphones in because I got too rowdy. We got to do something with this auto-tune situation. I done plugged out my headphones. I'm upset about it, man. So with a listener connection, I'm going to have to put it with the content at a 3. It should have been a 4 for listen. Actually, this should have been a 5 in terms of listener connection. Because of the song itself, the messaging, what you were trying to say, it's a 5. I know when you went in the booth, this one was like, you was in your vibe. You was in you. You was talking your game. You was talking your shit. But the auto-tune fucked it up. It's a 3 for the auto-tune, right? So, with that being said, the song is a 3. It could have been a 4, man. A strong 4. You got to get that auto-tune correct. All right, we got 2 more, and I'm just keeping it honest. One thing with me is I'm going to just speak my truth. Friend or not, I'm just giving you 100. Your friends could tell you what they want to tell you. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to tell you. We're going to face the fucking music. Here with Wall Street Day. Let's go. Now, the next song we have is track number 10. This one is called Show Me the Why. I do like his titling here. I'm going to give an overall perspective on the album, but Show Me the Why, track number 10. Let's go.
I made so many mistakes, but your love washed it all away. I give it my own way. Thank you for your
Once again, this is the Langu of Tone.
so I can slay my giants. No, I'm not perfect, Lord, but I'm trying. Show me the way, show me the way, show me the way. Give me the stone so I can slay my giants. No, I'm not perfect, Lord, but I'm trying. Show me the way, show me the way, show me the way. Give me the stone so I can slay my giants. No, I'm not perfect, Lord, but I'm trying. Show me the way, show me the way, show me the way. Going through what no one knows, feelings on comatose, feeling for and tired of being sick and tired. Armor up, change my attire. I wanna be high. Lord, take me high.
I feel him. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, man. Sometimes I understand what homie's talking about. I get it. Let's go.
Lord, take me higher. You know my desire. I'm searching for love. Tired of the bush. Give me the stone so I can slay my giant. Lord, but I'm
I
trying.
definitely got the edited version. Fuck. I need the unedited version, Tone. Come on, man. Fuck.
Give me the stone so I can slay my giants. No,
I'm a heathen.
Lord, but I'm trying. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Give me the stone so I can slay my giants. No, I'm not perfect, Lord, but I'm trying.
I like that. Give me the stone so I can slay my giants. No, I'm not perfect, but Lord, you know I'm trying. I like your hooks. I ain't gonna front. He's actually got really good hooks.
Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Give me the stone so I can slay my giants. No, I'm not perfect, Lord, but I'm trying. Show me the way. Show me the way. Show me the way. Sick and tired of taking these drugs, searching for love. Jungle where I'm from, I'm searching for myself. I see a light. Praying to God, I need some guidance. Every day I be trying. Lord, take me high. Lord, take me higher.
Come on.
Higher. Give me stones so I can slay giants. No, I'm not perfect, Lord, but I'm trying. City that don't sleep.
Okay. All right. That one is I liked it. I mean, I let it rock. I felt it. Beat selection, it's definitely a 4. I like the beat. It picked up the pace there in terms of tempo. I like the melody. It really rocked with me. Nothing crazy, but it definitely was a little bop. It was a vibe. Content, originality was great. I mean, I think he does a good job of keeping true to himself. He doesn't really sound like any artist. I think one song he might have, the Hardaway one, I gave him some point deductions because I've heard that theme. In terms of one song, he sounded like 24 Hours a little bit. But outside of them two songs, I mean, I felt like Tone has been original. Tony's been original in terms of his ability. So I'm gonna give him some credit there. I do like the originality on the song. He had certain pockets where that auto tune once again was kind of getting, but it wasn't as obnoxious as it was as the last one. I'm not gonna ding him on this one. I do like the chorus. I'm gonna give him a 4 on this one. I do like this song. I love the theme and the messaging. On this one, stay consistent with it. I fuck with it. Production was good. Production was a solid 4 on this one. I felt like it suffered on the last one. With the last one, the last one should have been a 5 production. I don't give 5s too often, but it should have been a 5. The song was too personal on the last one for it to be a 3. But this one, he came back. It was a 4, really good. Song structure, I like the song structure, traditional, back to Tony's style of the 2 to 3 verses with the good chorus. So he played it safe in that zone. He went back to it. It's a 4 again. Listen to connectivity. I did connect with this. I'm not gonna lie. I felt like I wanted to sing along with it at some points. I love the chorus, so it made me want to sing along with it. The auto tune wasn't too overbearing to the point where I wanted to turn it off. I just felt like this is a song. Once again, I feel like you have some missed opportunities where a song like this, if you were to redo it over, fix the auto tune and repackage this, I would do something like Deluxe where I would throw like another song in there, remaster it a little bit, fix some of the pockets, and then put the shit back out. You got a good album on your hand, to be honest with you. But we'll get to that in a summary. But I'm gonna give him a 4 for listening connectivity. I did like this song and connected with it pretty good. I think we got 4s all across the board here, Tony. This is a 4 all across the board, and now we make it to the last song on the album. Once again, we are reviewing the album by the name of The Langu of Tony. I've been saying Tone, but it may be Tone. I don't know which one you want to go. You're going to have to clarify. The Langu of Tone. This is from his new name is Tony Langu on Spotify, formerly known as Tony Thyme. The last song is called City Don't Sleep. Now, I like titles like this because if you know me, it's Wall Street Dame. I always used to go by Wall Street Dame. Money never sleep. Money don't sleep, right? Which is a fact, right? With that being said, the city don't sleep. You're now locked in here with Face the Music, right? This is the series where I'm reviewing an album right now from an indie artist by the name of Tone Langu, Tony Langu, or Tony Thyme, however you want to call him, however he wants to address himself. He's going to have to let me know how he addresses himself. But once again, last record is track number 11. This is called City Don't Sleep. Let's go. Hold on. Not bad. Here we go.
City that don't sleep. Riding with the girl in my dreams.
You're not locked in with Wall Street Dame. Let's go. I see he picked up the pace on this one. He finishing it off with a bop. Let's go. Come on. Hey. Let's go.
Diamonds on your finger, put your heart at ease. Just take a risk and take a chance with me. For a lifetime, come dance with me. Relax your heart and let your mind be free. You ain't gotta stress, baby. Time and pressure is a girl best friend. And you got time tonight, we making jams. City of lights, lights, camera, action. Talking to your body, give it some satisfaction. Love the way I do it, cause I do it with some passion. Feeling your vibe. You ain't gotta take them off to slide them to the side. Kissing on your neck and I be kissing on your thighs. Look me in my eyes, you don't gotta be shy. I'll take you high. In the city that don't sleep. Riding with the girl of my dream. Rolling loose leaves. We don't care who sees. Late at night when all the world is dreaming. We lay up and vibe to the morning. Body to body until the night is falling. When I'm away, I can hear your body calling. Late at night when all the world is dreaming. We lay up and vibe to the morning. Body to body until the night is falling. When I'm away, I can hear your body calling. In the city that don't sleep. Riding with the girl of my dream. Rolling loose leaves. We don't care who sees. Ooh, I like your vibe. Girl, you're just my type. And I love your love. I want your love for life.
Okay.
I can see clearly now the way. I can see clearly now, Visey. Girl, your love is rare, golly. Ring on your finger, you a wifey. Take you around the world, you can sightsee. Kicking goals in the bank, messy. Your love like winning the World Cup trophy. Honeymoon, bedroom, we can turn the lights out. Your diamond's my diamond, is lights out. I can't free your mind, baby, come dance with me for a lifetime. I can't free your mind, baby, come dance with me for a lifetime. City that don't sleep. Riding with the girl of my dreams. In the city that don't sleep. Riding with the girl of my dreams. Rolling loose leaves. We don't care who sees. Late at night when all the world is dreaming. We lay up and vibe to the morning. Body to body until the night is falling. When I'm awake, I can hear your body calling. Late at night when all the world is dreaming. We lay up and vibe to the morning. Body to body until the night is falling. When I'm awake, I can hear your body calling. In the city I don't sleep. Riding with the girl of my dreams. Rolling loose leaves. We don't care who sees.
Okay. All right. I mean, it's the last song on the album. It's probably my least favorite song, surprisingly. And the reason why is I felt like it was underproduced, right? The drums on this particular beat and I'm a percussionist. I grew up playing drums. So I always, for me, listen to timing of drums in terms of is the drum on a 4 count? What's the count it's on? Does the snare snap like it should? Does the bass kick like it should? I felt like the drum beat on this was flat. And that kind of killed it for me. I felt like the song could have had a bop. I liked the tempo. I knew what direction you were going to go in from an artistry perspective, but I felt like the drum part was just weak. And because of that, I got to give this a 3 in terms of probably almost got a 2 for me. Felt like there were pockets where it was good, like towards the end where you let the beat rock a little bit and you're like, Cinema Dream. Like that part was dope, but it's still the weak ass snare. I mean, it was weak. It was what it is. So it gets a 3. I'm being generous with this one too, by the way. Um, in terms of content, City of Dreams, I knew where you were going with it. I wish that you kind of kept it to the city. I seen you started kind of going towards girl talk, kind of like what you did with what's that record there? Like the one where you talking about Magic's like Magic City one, the Love Langu, but you're like mixing. You're going in and out between shorties. You're going in and out between the city. You're talking about certain things. I felt like you should have just, if you go on City of Dreams, talk about the city, talk about what you're trying to do in terms of like the experience, but it's hard to do that on this type of beat because that beat doesn't necessarily cater towards that particular messaging. I would have just went a different direction with this beat. Like I felt like change the drum beat on it and just go in a different direction. It's a beat that could work with a stronger drum beat. With a, just drum pattern, stronger snare, stronger bass. Probably a little bit more in time, and I felt like the snare snap to it was a little bit it wasn't on time. You know what I'm saying? And I know, as I said, I played drums for many years. I still can get on a set and fuck somebody up, to be honest with you, just to put it out there. But with that being said, I would have went in a different direction with this song. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of potential here with what could have been done. So I'm gonna give the content. While it wasn't bad content, it wasn't overwhelming. It was a 3 to me. Um, Production wise, I mean, the production wasn't bad in terms of sound. I just felt like the beat was underwhelming, so it gets a 3. Song structure, traditional Tony, you get a 4. I mean, that's what you do, man. You do your 3 verses, your 2 in your chorus, and you're a traditionalist. I get it. I do like where you took number track 8, where that was, I believe, was I Know. Hold on a second. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, Love Langu, if I'm correct, was track 8. Could be wrong. But I like what you did there where you just kept it one long verse in the chorus. That actually surprisingly works for you as well. You may get a higher score if you stick to that format a little bit more, especially today's listener. They like that little 2 minutes in and out. And then in terms of listener connection, I didn't connect with this song too much. So it's probably going to be my lowest rating. Don't judge me. It's a 2. I really didn't connect with the song as much. I tried to, but then I felt like the production side of it just really killed it for me. So altogether, this one right here may be your lowest rating song, but it's a 3 on average, right? So in terms of the total score of the album, let me do the math, right? So the song, he's got a summary of. Let me add this up. I'm just gonna add it because this computer system of mine, it rounds up the numbers, right? So I want to be fair to Tony here and fair to the listeners, and I just gotta go get against human error, right? So let me see here. All right. Listen, people, I gotta be accurate when I'm dealing with this because people really take their scoring seriously, and so do I, right? So Tone, right now we have 40. We have 40. You had 11 tracks, so I'm gonna take the score of 40. I'll divide it by 11. You had a 3.6 out of a 5. That's not bad. 3.6 out of 5. For an album that's not by a major artist, for an album that is an indie, a 3.6 isn't too bad. I feel like there were pockets of the album that could have got you surprisingly to a 4. I knew what vibe you were going for. This isn't like a commercial album. This is a vibe album. This is a personal album because there was some personal songs on there, and the songs that were personal were really personal, and then the songs that were vibey were just on some vibe shit. You was on some player shit. You was talking your shit. You know what I'm saying? You was trying to holler at the shorty, just some shit that some shorties could probably listen to. Or if I'm gonna see a shorty, I might get in the vibe on a ride there and rock to some of these songs. But if you were to fix the auto tune piece, I feel like that would have upped the score a little bit more. Certain songs in production wise, I felt like you started off. So like right now, in terms of like beat selection wise, let me just give you some math here. Beat selection wise, you're probably averaging less than the 3.6. Yeah, it's like 3.5. Where you did well in terms of your strongest category was actually song structure because you kept your traditionalist, right? So you actually averaged like a 4 point change out of 5 in song structure because you stuck to the script. Now, I still wanted you to do a little bit more short form songs just to mix it up a little bit. Production quality was right down the middle, wasn't bad. I feel like you also had a respectable content. You had 39 total points out of 50, or my bad, 55. So I would say content wise you weren't too far off. Um, but there are certain songs where you had really good content. It was creative, and then other songs you're just kind of like, all right, I don't know if you just went in there, did the song, and went to fill in the album. But ultimately, a 3.6 out of 5 isn't bad at all. It's actually respectable. It's better than 3.5, right? It's better than 2.5. 2.5 is in the middle. It's like a 50. That's like getting like a fucking C, right? So a 3.6 is like getting a B minus, right? Not too bad for an indie artist. I do fuck with the album. Once again, people, this is the Langu of Tone, or Langu of Tony. However he wants, I think it may be Tony, but I'm going to call it the Langu of Tone. I kind of like the Langu. I get what it means now. But for the most part, overall, good album, good effort. Once again, Tony, shouts out to you, people. If you want to go back and give your own opinion on this album, feel free to tap in with his Spotify. Check out Tony, Tone, Langu, Langu, on Spotify. He's got this particular album and other albums as well for you to check him out. Make sure you follow him and support him. And I do respect him giving me the opportunity to come through and give an honest critique, because once again, you're now locked in once again with Wall Street Dame presents Face the Music, right? So make sure that you like and subscribe to this video. I'm doing something different. I'll be back. I got some Most Def in the tuck. I got Biggie in the tuck. I got Talib Kweli in the tuck. I've got more Ghostface and Ray. I've got Griselda. I've got a bunch of stuff that I've been recording and album reviews for y'all to hear from me. But I want to do something a little bit different and support the indie artists. So make sure y'all go support them. If you agree with some of these songs, cool. Make sure you support the artists. Leave a comment. If you disagree with my rating on some of these songs, you think that I'm too generous or I wasn't being too hard on them, pause. Make sure you leave a comment. It's okay to disagree with me, right? It's all good, but I do want to give Tony some respect for putting himself out there with his artist, with his album, for me to critique it. If you're an artist and you got some good work that you believe in, that you feel like you want it to be critiqued, and an honest opinion, send it to me. I'll do it out of the love and the strength. I like doing stuff like this. But shouts out to all my people that be locked in with me. Once again, this is Face the Music with your boy Wall Street Dame. We out.
Wall Street Dame.